My name is Austin McAnena. I'm a cardiac arrest survivor. So it was about 7 years ago, 2018. I was back in the States and I was running with a friend of mine and didn't have any symptoms or signs or anything, but when I was there I collapsed and suffered sudden cardiac arrest. My friend was there, she called emergency services, and I had a bystander, a good Samaritan, that ended up doing CPR for me. Ultimately that was what was able to save me, and the emergency services came and resuscitated me. And after that, I did learn that I had a genetic heart condition that went undetected, but I'm just extremely grateful to be alive. What I do now is, I have my doctors that I go see, my cardiologist, to make sure that I'm following the right protocols and things in life. I try to keep a very healthy diet. When I'm exercising, I'm a lot more mindful. So what I need to do is I hydrate a lot more, and then I also, timing wise, I really warm up during exercise to make sure that my heart is warmed up. I realize now that there were probably signs and symptoms, but it was things that I didn't think were serious. So that's something that I always want to advocate for people now, is to make sure that you're aware of the signs and symptoms. Some of those being shortness of breath when exercising, chest tightness. Sometimes if you have a hard time breathing, those can be signs of potential condition. The challenge is that a lot of people don't feel like they need to know signs and symptoms and also how to do a CPR and AED training, but it's almost like you'll never know when you run into that situation. And I was one of those people, because I was always the person who thought, oh, I'm healthy, I'm fine, I'm never gonna have an issue. And sure enough, when it happens, it's lethal. So it's always best to be prepared, and it takes 5 minutes to learn, and you never know when you can save a life. Getting certified is easy, it's simple, and you never know when it's going to be able to save someone's life. I think what the Singapore Heart Foundation is doing is fantastic, and continuing to raise awareness. So I love what you're doing and advocating, and as you said, around CPR training. The more people we can have that know how to do it and how to use an AED, ultimately the more lives we're going to save.